I just unboxed the Ninja Crispi, so let me show you what's inside. First off, you receive a set of instructions. So this is the instructions, and it also has several recipes inside. You have this owner's guide. You have two different crisper plates. So this one is the larger one, and then here is the smaller one. And then this is called a tempware container. You have the smaller container. This is 6 cups. And then the larger tempware container is 4 quarts. So here is the larger container. And then here is the larger crisper plate. This goes into this container, like so. So here is a smaller container. Here is the smaller crisper plate. And then that goes down into the container like this. You also have 2 lids. So this lid goes to this container. Let me show you. And then it snaps into place. And then here is the larger lid for the larger container. This just snaps into place. And the reason why it comes with lids is because when you're cooking your food and you have leftovers, guess what? You can store your leftovers in this container, and this can go into your refrigerator. And then once you're ready to eat your leftovers, you can reheat your food in these containers. I am so excited about that because I have another larger air fryer and I'm not able to do that. So I have to cook the food in that air fryer, take the food out, and then transfer it to a different container to put in the refrigerator. So for me, this is less washing. You also have this power pod. I have it in the sage. And then let me show this to you. I think it'll be easier if I put it on top of the larger container here. Okay, so here is the power pod. And on this sticker here, it has the different functions. So the functions are, you have a re-crisp function, and it says it revives leftovers with an even crispy texture. You have the bake function, and you can bake desserts and breads to a perfect golden brown. You have the air fry function, and you use that to crisp your food. And then you have the max crisp. You use the max crisp when you have frozen foods. So on the top of the power pod, it has the different functions. It has the different functions here. So what you want to do, you want to plug this in, and then you set the Ninja Crispi according to what you're going to cook. So if you're going to reheat something, you reheat. If you want to bake something, you put it on the bake function. If you want to do the air fryer, you do the air fry function. And then if you're cooking something from frozen, you want to select the max crisp. Another thing I am really excited about with this Ninja Crispi is the fact that these containers can go into the dishwasher. So the containers and the crisper plate can go into the dishwasher. So of course the power pod cannot go into the dishwasher, but the cooking containers can. So on the power pod, it has this big batch adapter. So you use this one when you're cooking with the larger container, and what you do is you want to disconnect that. You set this aside, and then you're able to put this power pod on top of the small container. Let me take the lid off the small container. You don't cook with the lid on, so you want to take the lids off of the container before you attach the power pod. So let me show you. So here is the small container, and then here's the power pod, and it sets, and then you just place the power pod on the small container. So the reason why I bought the Ninja Crispi is I like to do meal prep. So like I said, I have another larger air fryer, but I like this for meal prep because I can make my food in the container, and then I'm able to store the food in my refrigerator in the same container and reheat the food in that container using the Ninja Crispi. So that to me is the reason why I bought this, and the fact that it's small. The other air fryer I have is really big and it takes up a lot of my counter space, which I don't have a very large kitchen. So I can keep this on my counter and it won't take up too much counter space. I am so excited about cooking with this Ninja Crispi. So stay tuned. So guys, stay tuned because you know I am going to cook a lot of different food in this Ninja Crispi, and of course I'll record and show you guys. Thanks for watching. Okay, so I have the Ninja Crispi here and I'm going to make some breakfast. This is actually my very first time using the Ninja Crispi. I am going to make some cinnamon toast, and I have some better cheddar sausage. I'm going to cook both of these in the Crispi. So for my French toast, it's super easy to do. I have a slice of bread and I take some butter. I have some Kerrygoat butter, and I just want to put the butter on the bread. And then I have some cinnamon. You just sprinkle it with cinnamon. And then you sprinkle it with sugar. Okay, so now I am going to take off the power pod of the Ninja Crispi. I have the crisper plate in the large container, so I'm going to place this piece of bread into the container, and then I'm going to cook 2 sausage. I'm going to kind of press the bread down into the crisper plate because I saw a video where someone's piece of bread flew up into the cooking element. So hopefully that won't happen with this. Okay, so now I put the top on like this. I'm going to plug it in, and so I want to cook the sausage I'm going to put it on air fry, and I want to cook this so the thing is the sausage is going to cook slower than the bread, so I might end up taking the bread out first and then letting the sausage cook a little bit longer. So here's a mode button here. Let me show you. Okay, so here is a mode button. You push the mode button until you get to air fry. And I am going to reduce the time on here. So I'm going to reduce it to 8 minutes. And now I am going to hit start. So what I'm really loving about this Ninja Crispi is I can see my food cooking. And actually you can see some of the particles. It's probably cinnamon swirling around, but it'll be okay. It'll be okay. Especially once the butter melts, the cinnamon will adhere to the bread. So yeah, so I'm gonna let this cook and then I'll pick you guys back up. Okay, so the cinnamon toast, I did end up taking it out early. So this is how the cinnamon toast came out. So let's look at the sausage. Oh, okay. It is definitely cooked. Okay, so this is how the sausage came out. So far I really like this Ninja Crispi. So I was getting ready to say creamy. This is the Crispi. So I'm really excited about this Ninja Crispi. I can't wait to make more meals in this air fryer. Okay, so I finished cooking the sausage, and here is the power pod. You can see a little bit of residue. So what I'm going to do, I have a damp cloth. I'm just going to wipe that out. there's a little spot right there, so let me get that. Okay, so I wiped out the residue that was left from making the sausage and